So hey guys, it is Monday, 8th of November. Monday 8th of November. I'm going to the medical school. It is 10 to 7, so I'm going to make my bed, get some cereal, and go to the medical school. I'm going to spend all day there because I need to. I'm going to do CEP today, and that's the topic I struggle on the most. I will be the most annoyed as I go through the content, but it will be worth it at the end of the day. So I'm going to go through pharmacology first because I struggle on it the most, make my questions, test my understanding, do some of the quizzes that the older students have made, and then I'm going to move on to cellular communications and embryology. I can't. So I'm just going to quickly make my bed. It's very important for me to make my bed at the beginning of the day, so as I'm sure you'll hear. So, as you've probably heard a million times before about all the different YouTubers ever, I always make my bed in the morning because it just means I've put my life together a bit. I've got myself ready, I've got myself out of bed, I've got myself dressed, and if my bed is made, I won't get back into it. If my pyjamas are underneath my pillow where I can't see them, I won't want to put them back on. And it's very important to me, just making the bed, put my quilt on. As you can see, this quilt at the end, a cat quilt, my grandma made it for me, making sure that's on the end of my bed. It just puts it together, puts my day together, and I'm ready for the day. Soon after this, I headed to the med school, and as you can see, it was quite early in the morning, and I was getting ready, I was doing my lectures, and Monday was CEP. So my plan for the week was to go through every module, look at everything, and revise it all, which was a really bad idea because 6 weeks worth of learning to do in 1 week is not possible. So I found the learning objectives and I started my summary notes. This was because I just felt like pharmacology, I did not have a grasp on the content, and because I couldn't understand the content, I was struggling to answer questions. So I redid all of pharmacology, which I did manage to do on Monday. It took me 11 and a half hours on Monday, but I managed to do it. I did all of pharmacology, I wrote summary notes, everything I could. I asked questions in the Q&A the next day about things I didn't quite understand, but it was really helpful for me to redo all of that content. I looked through all my notes, I made sure everything was in the right place, and I got a grasp of pharmacology that I didn't have before. I then wrote questions. As you can see on my laptop, I did type a lot of questions, and as I went, it was nice to make those questions, but it was quite challenging. I really did enjoy it though, and I worked in the library, as you can probably tell. My favourite spot in the library, as always. So it's 12 o'clock, I'm just heading for lunch. I'm going to microwave my pasta downstairs. Okay, so it is 7:25, and I just finished tutoring, and I wouldn't be sounding like that if I wasn't a bit like, do I really want to do this? So, I have my laptop, my iPad. My laptop's charging right now, it'll be done in like 2 seconds. Never mind, it's not charging. I've just put the switch on, so now it's charging. It's charging up. My iPad's on 100%. I charged that while I was at the library doing my Anki flashcards. And I got paper. So this came in a package I got recently, and I was like, I didn't have any paper that big. So I'm going to make 5 posters. One on the pituitary gland, one on the adrenal glands, one on adrenal or suprarenal, which I just learned is the thing. So it's suprarenal or adrenal. How interesting. Thyroid, parathyroid, pancreas. So I need to make 5 posters. Now I don't think I'll get all of the content done on all of them today. But I do have the things I need to write on them. So I'm going to write the title, the I can't even say it. The origin of it, how it's developed in the body, and how it developed from in a fetus. Stuff like the blood supply and that sort of thing I can do, and then diagrams. I will leave those till tomorrow because I was going to draw them tonight, but I only have an hour and a half left till I've reached 10 hours today. So I'm not going to go past 10 hours because I'm exhausted. And 10 hours is a really good amount for a day. 8 hours is a good amount for a day. So in fact, I've done 8.5 and 1 hour of tutoring. Really, I only do half now, but I will do an hour and a half of these posters because it'll just make me feel better about the fact that I've got to finish them off tomorrow. I will set an alarm for 6 o'clock tomorrow, so I guess I'll see you then. But I don't think I'll film much more tonight. I will show you the posters when they're done, just because they will have taken me a while. So yes, I'll see you tomorrow. It's Monday over. I ended up actually doing 11.5 hours this day, so I did spend another 2.5 hours doing these posters. I did not finish these posters, unfortunately, but I did do everything I needed to cover content-wise, and they're still half empty. And as of this week, which is now 2 weeks into the future from this, we are doing these glands in a lot more detail, and I'm going to add to my posters with the updated information we are just receiving. So I'm glad that they're not completely full, so I can add more information later. Early start this Tuesday, back in my favourite spot in the library because it is the only place I love. Very good atmosphere, and I engage so well there, so I stay there. So today was NAS, which is neurons and synapses. I found the learning objectives and highlighted things as I made my summary notes on those, and as I went through the content I made flashcards as well. Okay, so it is 1:45. I've come back because people were driving me insane in the library. Just lots of rustling noises and I was getting distracted way too easily. In my room, it's quiet. So I am going to do the brain, topography of the brain. Because when I did the worksheet, we split it in our own group, and to be perfectly honest, I did not do it at all because somebody else had already filled it in for my group, so I did not see the point doing it, and therefore I have learned nothing. So I'm going to do topography of the brain because I want NAS today. There is no way I'm going to finish NAS today, and that's not good because it's one of the ones I struggle on the most. So I am going to do that. We have a group Zoom at 2 to discuss our MTM presentation that we've got to do together. And what else do we have? I have netball at 6 and I'm tutoring at 5:15. So I'm tutoring, running to netball at 6:15 because I'm going to be late, and then doing netball till 7, coming back and doing work. Probably eating dinner too because I forgot I have to do that too. So yeah, I'm going to try and get some work done now. The Zoom at 2 will count towards my 10 hours of the day. So far I've done 3 hours and 45, which is really bad to say what time it is because I still have 6 hours 15 to go. And that will run late because I've got tutoring which doesn't count in the hour. I did do 11 hours yesterday, 11 hours 45, so I could roll over an extra hour, but I do still have to make 4 up from the weekend, so we shall see how that goes. So last night I did do my posters. So I've done 4 of these, and doing the same sections on all 4, so they're all equally full, and then I've just got to finish those off from CEP yesterday. And making the cue cards, whereas the NAS stuff, as I've been going along, I've been writing the cue cards rather than at the end. But for the endocrine sheets, it's quite hard to do that until right at the end. So wish me luck, and I guess I will talk to you later. I'm going to show you quickly what I've got. So this is NAS here. This is all my NAS flashcards. For CEP yesterday, I wrote them all out on here. And once I've written them all out and written answers, I transfer them into Anki. I know it would probably be quicker to put them directly into Anki, but because of the way the system is set up on Anki, I do not get to see them as they are added, whereas here I can check back, see if I've already done the question before, and that just really helps me in making sure I don't do 2 of the same question. And Anki does have a system that says if you've got a repeat, but often I phrase it a little differently. It turns out being the same question, just phrased a little differently, and it doesn't see the similarity, so I will add them in afterwards. This is CEP, and I did add a few yesterday, so I will have to do these later too, because I'm not revising. I'm just doing all the content again, and some of it is recap, but some of it is incredibly challenging because I've not looked at it before, I've not fully understood it, so we shall see how that goes. Morning, it is 6:30, and it is Wednesday. It's Wednesday, half through the week, but my exam is on Friday, so I'm a bit... I am excited for Wednesday, but I also know that Thursday is going to be insane. So yesterday I did 9 hours and 56 minutes, 4 minutes off 10 hours. My brain was not working. People would say things to me and I would have to ask them to repeat it because my brain was like, that's what's going on. So I'm going to get the laptop. I have a presentation to do for community-based medicine, and then we're practicing our molecules to medicine presentation at 10. And then I have NAS finish, because I did not finish it yesterday because there is so much and I do not understand it. And then I've got OTC at 3:30, I think, sometime around 3ish. I have my OTC training, so I'm gonna go for that in my sports kit, which means I need time to get back here, get my sports kit, and then go back. Wish me luck. Today is not going to be 10 hours, unfortunately, because even if I started right now, I would not finish on time. Wednesday was about getting my presentation done and researching spina bifida. The presentation we had was for molecules to medicine, was on Monday after our consolidation week. So we made the presentation, prepared our content. We were working in pairs. So the night before, me and my partner Simra had spent all night working on this PowerPoint. So this was me just reviewing some things, making sure I had spina bifida down. This is us practicing the presentation and then going to the guild and doing some work. I loved it working at the guild. Haven't done it in a while. Morning. So it is now Thursday. It's 8:30. So I didn't set an alarm. I wanted to just wake up and make sure I got as much sleep as my other body needed. So I woke up at 7, which isn't too bad. Then I laid in bed and watched Hannah Witten's pregnancy announcement because that was awesome. But that was an hour long, and I didn't really fully realise that. So I started watching it, took my washing over, put some spaghetti bolognese, well just bolognese sauce obviously, because I'll make spaghetti, right? I'll put the bolognese sauce in the slow cooker. So when that's done in 5 hours, I'm going to make casserole. I haven't said yet. Either veggie casserole or veggie curry, because I've only got half a bag of quad pieces. Make that and batch cook basically so I can freeze it, because I've got nothing frozen left. And then I open my drawer in the freezer and I'm like, I have no food. But like I do have food, I can make 2 meals, so I can make spaghetti and casserole or curry. So I'm going to need to go buy some quantum pieces so I can make curry, casserole and bolognese, because at least I've got 3. But then I'll be out of vegetables too, so I'll have to do some shopping. I didn't really realise that I'd have to do this soon. I have a lot of cupboard stuff though, so like beans on toast, spaghetti on toast, super noodles, canned fruit. I've got lots of that I could just be eating for lunches and stuff. So really just the big meals I don't have much of at the minute, but that's fine, I just need to go shopping. But the formative goes live at 9, so in half an hour. I'm not going to do the formative today because it doesn't go off till 6 PM tomorrow, so today is going to be intense revision. I'm going to finish neurons and synapses, fingers crossed. I'm going to finish these posters and make them flashcards, review the CP and NAS flashcards, and I have not done any molecules to medicine or PPP revision. There is no regional anatomy on the test, so that's the only good thing, that I don't have to revise that too. But I do have to revise that for the January mocks, and it is probably a good idea to start now because there's just so much to remember. So we will see how that goes. I'm going to stay here all day so I can batch cook, do my washing, that sort of thing. Fingers crossed I don't get distracted. If I do, I'm going to try and go to the library tonight. I really don't want to stay up too late because I'm still exhausted. I think I've just like worn myself out this week. But this week, because I track my focus time on Forest, and this week I've done 33 hours. Last week I only did 32 for the whole 7 days. So this week's 33 hours. I'm going to aim to do 10 hours today. It doesn't even have to reach 10 hours. I just have to finish NAS and molecules of medicine and my flashcard reviews and my posters. So it'll probably be about 20 hours. I'm joking. I won't stay up that late. I'm just going to try and get as much done as possible. Make it so that I have questions. There is a Zoom today about the PAS essay and we're going to ask questions. But to be perfectly honest, I haven't written it, so I can't really ask any questions yet. I am going to write it tomorrow after my assessment. That's what I've planned. I'm going to finish my assessment, then chill and write my essay. And then Saturday I'm going home. So you won't see much this weekend, but probably some odd clips. But I'm going to go home on Saturday and I'm going to edit it on train. And then I come home on Sunday, so I'll edit on the train then too. So fingers crossed all goes well. I'm a little bit nervous. A little bit is probably an understatement. I'm very nervous. But to be honest, it's informative. It doesn't count towards anything. This is just going to give me an idea of where I'm at. That's why I'm revising. So I know if I revise like this for the January marks, I know roughly where I'm at. So fingers crossed all goes well. It'll also help me understand what I'm stuck on completely. I don't need to ask the teachers about it. Or the teachers. I don't think I guess. So yeah. I'll see you later. I pre-cooked bolognese and casserole and had bolognese and garlic bread for dinner. Okay, so to catch you up, I woke up at 7, it is now 25 to 8. I am going to reread all my notes, and I know that's not active learning. I'm going to reread, write questions to make into flashcards, and then do my mock at 12. Because I have to do my mock today, and it would be nice to at least see everything once. Even if I don't take it in, as long as I've seen everything once, because you never know, you could recognise something. Like in my chemistry GCSEs, right before my exam, I looked at some questions to do with rusty nails and little jars. Not jars, like test tubes, and you put nails in, it had different things inside those. And then that came up on the exam, and I knew what to do because I'd seen it right before the exam only once. So I'm going to read through all my notes, make questions, put them into Anki so that I can start using Anki until January exams. So yes, that's what I'm doing this morning. I'm exhausted. Yesterday I didn't do too much. I think I did like 2.5 hours worth of work. Booked my train tickets because I'm going home tomorrow. But I'm gonna do the test about lunchtime, then chill, play Animal Crossing, edit a video. And then Saturday I've got work and I'm going home and yeah, just after lunch. So yay! I'll catch up with you later. Okay, so it is 12 o'clock. I just had lunch. This morning I just read everything basically. I did write questions for molecules of medicine. So fingers crossed, really. I'm not too worried. This exam doesn't really count towards anything. It's formative, so it doesn't really matter. But at the same time, this will give me an idea of where I'm at with my knowledge so far, so that I know what I need to improve on next part of semester 1. Because this is like halfway through semester 1, I need to know what I know already so that I can fully cover everything and make sure I understand everything before my exams in January. So fingers crossed it goes well. I have 2 exams, 45 minutes and then 20 minutes, and then I'm going to go shopping because I want to get some rice and corn so I can make curry. But yeah, that's how today's going. See you later. I ended up heading to the medical school when it got dark to do my test. I don't know why, it was so much nicer to go in the evening. So yes, found a nice spot in the med school, quiet, did the test. I didn't do as well as I'd hoped, but it did give me an idea of where my gaps were, and unsurprisingly, a thing I had looked at that morning showed up on the test and I knew what the picture was. So at least I did that revision. Morning. It's Saturday, 13th of November, and I'm heading to work. It's an open day today, so heading to work, going home at 1:40. Very excited. I am heading home, getting the train in like half an hour, so you won't see much this weekend, but that's how my week's ending. Ended up writing my essay on the train down as a rough just to get me started. It was an amazing weekend at home, absolutely loved it, and headed back late on Sunday night. Got the train and played Animal Crossing on the train, and I had an amazing weekend. It was really the best, even better than I could have hoped. So thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed.